The following is brought to you in partnership by Symbol. Symbol is a new sports marketplace where you can trade shares of professional teams like stocks. You love sports. You interested in fantasy sports without the weekly annoyance of fantasy league upkeep? Then Symbol's the app for you. With Symbol, fantasy sports is going to a whole other level. How it works is simple. You buy Symbol shares for your favorite sim teams on the app. When your sim team wins, you get automatic cash deposits, and you don't lose any money when they lose. That's it. So if you follow trends across football, basketball, and baseball, and you think your team is a sleeper, simply invest in your favorite sim teams on Symbol and watch your virtual portfolio prove you right or wrong. And if you want to get in on the action right away, Vendetta Sports Media's got you covered. Go to symbol.app/Vendetta and use our exclusive promo code Vendetta, and you'll get a $10 bonus when making your first deposit. Symbol, taking fantasy sports to a whole other level.
What's going on, guys? Jackson here from Vendetta Sports Media, and welcome to this episode of our 2021 NBA Draft Prospect Spotlight Series. If you enjoyed today's video, make sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell so you can be notified whenever the next episode in our Prospect Spotlight series drops. Head over to our website at vendettasportsmedia.com and follow along with our coverage of the 2021 NBA Draft. And also make sure to follow us on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok to stay up to date on everything that's happening at Vendetta. And if you want to be the real MVP, go and support us on Patreon. In this episode, we'll be taking a look at Davion Mitchell out of Baylor. Davion Mitchell has jumped up pre-draft leaderboards after a stellar showing during Baylor's NCAA tournament run. At 22 years old, Mitchell is one of the older prospects in the draft, but his age should not deter teams from spending a top 10 pick on Mitchell. He's possibly the best perimeter defender in this draft. But what are some of the shortcomings of Mitchell's games? Will these questions and his age potentially lead to Mitchell sliding out of the top 10? Let's take a look and see. Strengths: defense, shooting, explosiveness. Mitchell's best attribute is his defense. His tenacity and explosiveness make him a frustrating matchup for any opposing guard. Mitchell is quick to cut off passing lanes and drive ankles and is not afraid to get up in opponents' faces. We all saw how much of an impact he had during Baylor's national title run, and despite his size, he could likely take the assignment of the lead scoring guard for any NBA team. The most surprising piece of his game last season was his shooting. Mitchell was an inconsistent three-point threat for the first 2 years of his collegiate career, but he was lethal from deep last season. He shot an impressive 44.7% from three, elevating his game to include scoring at all three levels. He's at his best creating his shot off the bounce, whether that sequence of dribbles is into a pull-up three or a drive to the hoop. Mitchell's explosiveness also aids in his shot creation and playmaking. He's incredibly quick with a good first step off the bounce. Weaknesses: size, control, consistent shooting. Mitchell is an undersized guard by league comparisons, and that may mean that he cannot always take the primary defensive matchup for a team that drafts him. He can certainly defend the guard positions, but his length may be tested if he's switched onto a wing. Mitchell struggled at points with his body control, seemingly getting too far ahead of his range of movement. The 2.4 turnovers per game may worry some teams, but he will likely not have to be the primary playmaker for a team that drafts him. Regardless, it's an area that needs to improve. Finally, numbers don't lie. He shot phenomenally last season, but his prior 2 seasons were less than spectacular. Questions remain concerning whether or not that form and shooting will stay the same or regress. Teams like the Golden State Warriors, New Orleans Pelicans, and San Antonio Spurs would be excellent fits for Mitchell, but he probably won't be on the board when it comes time for those teams to pick. The Warriors are especially tricky, with rumors circulating that they may be shopping their 7th overall pick. But the window for another title is closing, and Mitchell's pro-ready. There will be less of a learning curve, and he offers good spacing on offense and another lockdown perimeter defender alongside Klay Thompson. New Orleans just dealt Eric Bledsoe to Memphis, and Lonzo Ball's future with the Pelicans could be in question. So why not secure a two-way guard prospect with star potential? Mitchell can already create his own shot, But his playmaking at Baylor was an underrated aspect of his game. Putting him in a pick and roll with Zion could not only keep the latter in the Big Easy, but also create a formidable young duo. As with all teams in the lottery, there are talks about players leaving, and the Spurs are in that instance with DeMar DeRozan. This Spurs team needs to commit to a rebuild, and if they fully commit to doing that, Mitchell may be a logical choice. A backcourt pairing of Mitchell and DeJounte Murray would be an incredibly stifling defensive group and would be really fun to watch on the offensive side of the ball too. Davion Mitchell is pretty much a clone of Drew Holiday. In the same sense that Holiday earned his stars by becoming a ball-stopping guard, that could be Mitchell's path to a quality NBA career. The recent NBA champ is the epitome of a two-way guard in the league today. He can facilitate on offense, spread the defense on the perimeter, and then lock up opposing guards for 94 feet. While Mitchell will certainly get comparisons to Donovan Mitchell, the Holiday comparison fits more into the mold of what Mitchell will be for any team that drafts him. Mitchell is going to be a lottery pick, likely falling somewhere between the latter half of the top 14. He's a versatile combo guard. While undersized, teams cannot knock his defensive awareness and skill. It'll be interesting to see if he can maintain a high three-point percentage in the league. But if last year was any indication, Mitchell could be one of the better young two-way guards in the league, with the potential to be a star one day. Thank you guys so much for watching this episode of our 2021 NBA Draft Prospect Spotlight series. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to leave a like and subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you could be notified whenever a new video drops on our YouTube channel. This is Jackson Law from Vendetta Sports Media, signing off, and I will see you guys next time.